Hello everyone, my name is Luigi and this is a quick video on how to record footage, or at least how I recorded footage from a PlayStation 4 for use on the web. Now this isn't a strictly how-to video, but hopefully what I will discuss here will be of some use to you. So this is footage from the PlayStation 4 version of Fallout 4. And on the controller, the DualShock 4 controller, the 6-axis, I don't know what it's called, of the PlayStation 4, there is a share button. Now, it doesn't work like a DSLR or a conventional video camera does, where you press the record button, you do what you gotta do, and then you press pause. Which I erroneously thought that was the case. What actually happens is that the PlayStation 4 continuously records gameplay footage, but also the menu stuff as well. It continually records that in 15-minute intervals, and when you press the share button, it cuts off at that point and saves the last 15 minutes before we press the share button. Kind of like a black box on an airplane. It only records the last 15 or so minutes, which is extremely frustrating, especially when you've got moments in Fallout 4 when there's big huge explosions with the Fat Man, or when the USS Constitution launches off the savings and loan. And I pressed the share button specifically before that. I'm used to video cameras, and I want to capture that moment. But what happened is that it cut off, and then I was left with no explosion and just the previous last 15 minutes. So, if you want to capture something cool, at least wait. Now, once you've got your 15-minute file, it saves it into the capture gallery. Access with the main menu, the crossbar menu, and now all you need to transport it to your PC is a USB stick. Now I say a USB stick because I tried it with my USB flash drive. My Logitech, I've got two 500GB one. I plugged it in. It fits the cables, but the PlayStation 4 will not recognize it. So you need a USB stick, and preferably with more than 4GB or 8GB memory, because the video files, especially the 15-minute ones, the PlayStation 4 records is over 650 megabytes. Pretty darn huge. The PlayStation 4, however, does record the footage in HD, in 1280 by 720 HD, even though I have a 1080 HD television. I'm not entirely sure if that's in the settings. I can change in settings to record it at 1080 instead of 720, but 720 is HD. It also records the audio, which is really handy, don't you reckon? So yeah, it does record HD and audio, which is great for Let's Players. So instead of using a USB stick, I use my iPod Nano. Now I set my iPod Nano to on the mode which allows it to use as to store photos and videos, as a device to store, and videos to store data, right? So I had to plug in my iPod Nano into my second USB port on my PlayStation 4. Thankfully, the PlayStation 4 reads it, and with the share button, I can transfer the footage I recorded from Fallout 4, the 650 plus megabyte files, onto my iPod Nano. Now, granted, my computer and my PlayStation 4 share the same internet connection, a wireless connection, and so I would have liked the option to do this wirelessly, or with Google Drive or Dropbox or Bluetooth. But the PlayStation 4 does not give us this option, which is a damn shame. I was expecting it to be like my mobile phone, which gives you a whole lot of options to share files. So, yeah, that's a bit of a shame. So now I plug my iPod Nano into my laptop, and I turn it on, and iTunes always pops up, and it gives you a small window, and the Windows gives you a small option to allow you to open up and view the files. And I had to do this really quickly. I had to go into my iPod Nano, open it up like I would open up a regular flash drive, search my files, go to DCIM folder, search for the file that I recorded Fallout 4, and save it to my desktop or other device. Now, I say I had to do that pretty fast because I think I've got a setup where it automatically opens iTunes, and I can recharge it and put in some new podcasts to listen to. So I had to do that really quickly, and of course I had to plug it in, plug it out, then plug it in, just so I get enough time to port the file from my iPod Nano to my desktop, which is a pretty annoying shame. How to use a traditional USB stick, I wouldn't have that problem. But there we go. So the footage you're looking at is footage I shot from Fallout 4 on a PlayStation 4, ported with an iPod Nano, and I compressed it with MPEG Stream clip, and I'm able to edit it on the PC with Premiere, with Final Cut, with Avid, with whatever editing program. Now, there is one final thought I will add to this. I guess it is possible to record Let's Plays with the PlayStation 4. There's a few caveats to this. First of all, I would have to set up my lapel mic and near my TV. I'll set it up, lapel mic, I press record, and that thing where it records the last 15 minutes of footage before I press the share button, obviously I would have to sync up the footage between the audio recording on my voice and the PlayStation, even though it's not technically recording as we're syncing up. Something like a clap and a pause out. So I would do a clap or a finger snapping, and at that point I would pause out the Fallout 4, I would speak, and then I will press the share button once I've done recording, and it'll record the last 15 minutes. So it is a pain. I can't, press the record button on both machines, do the clap, do the Let's Play, press pause, and then stop. I would have to set my audio record first on. When I'm playing the game, I will pause out, I do a clap, and at that point I will say something like on the clap or something, do what I have to do, press the share button, upload the shit, press pause, and then sync it up while I'm editing, which is a pain in the ass. So yeah, I would really like the feature of actually recording like a conventional video camera. That way I can have more control, and I actually know what I'm actually capturing, but it does not give us the option to. I'm not sure if there's any way to do that, if there's any programs that can download directly on my PlayStation 4 which allows me to do that, to use it as a conventional capturing system, or I'm just going to have to save up for a Blackmagic or whatever the popular one is, a conventional video capture card straight to my PC. It's a shame. Anyway, I hope that's useful to some of you out there watching this video, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye.